everyone, welcome to video lecture on Unix programming. I am Professor Bharti Kale, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering AITM. Today we will discuss about the Unix file types. A simple description of Unix system is that on a Unix system everything is a file. If something is not a file, it is a process. Means in a Unix file system, everything will be treated as a file. Even our IO devices will be treated as a file only. We have to work with the IO devices similar to files only. If it is not a file, means it is a process. Classification of Unix file system. Unix file system is classified as ordinary files, directories, special files, pipes, sockets, and the symbolic links there. The first one will be the ordinary files or the regular files. A set of data that has the name that is defined as the regular files. It is a most common file type. An ordinary file can be either a text file or the binary file. A text file contains all normal data. It will contain only printable characters and you can view and edit those characters. Every line of a text file is terminated with the new line character. All C source file, Java files and the shell script files are example for the text files. The second type of the ordinary files will be the binary file. It will contains both printable characters and the non-printable characters, which is going to cover the entire ASCII range. Sounds and video files are also a binary files. Our OBJ and the exe files are the example for the binary files. The second type of the files will be the directory file. We can say that directory file, it will not contain any data, but it is going to keep the details of all the files and the subdirectory that it contains. So we can say that directory files that are list of the other files. It is just going to maintain a list of the other files. Here in the directory file, one entry for every file and the subdirectory will be present. So each entry has the two components. The first one will be the name of the file and second one will be the unique identification number of that file or the directory. Even that one will be called as the inode of a number. So by using that inode of a number, the Unix operating system, it is going to search the file in that particular directory. So whenever the user is going to create or remove a file from that particular directory, the kernel will automatically update its corresponding directory by adding or removing that file entry. The third type of the file will be the device files. As we have seen that Unix is going to treat each device as a file there. What is the reason that Unix has to treat each device as a file? The main advantage is that the commands which will be used to access the ordinary files, the same commands can be used to access the device files also. So because of that reason, the Unix is going to treat each device as a file. Then next, the device files has been found in the single directory structure, that is /dev. Here the device file, it's not a stream of data. Actually it will contain the attributes of that particular device. In that file, the attribute of that device will be present. Then how kernel is going to identify or differentiate it from the other files? The kernel just has to see the attributes of that files. By saying that one, it is going to differentiate between the normal file and the device file and then make use of that. Then next, Unix operating system have the other three special types of files. The first one will be the links, sockets and the named files. Links file, a system to make a file or a directory visible in the multiple part of the system's file tree. That time the links will be used. For example, I have created one file in one directory. I just want that this file should be referred in the other directory also. That time I am just going to create the link for that file and that will be accessed in the second directory. The second special type will be the sockets. Is a similar to our TCP/IP sockets, which will be mainly used for the communication purpose. Then the third type will be named files, which will act more or less like a sockets and form a way for the processes to communicate with each other without using the sockets here. To make a communication between a processes within a operating system, we are going to use the named pipes here. Then next is, whenever we are going to work with the files in the Unix operating system, we have to remember some points. The first one will be the file name can consist of up to 255 characters. Here the capital letter and small letters are different. Means the Unix file system, it is a case sensitive. There will be a difference between small letter A and the capital letter A. File names can contain the all letters, means all alphabets, numbers, 0 to 9 numbers. Then the even dot operator, period operator will be allowed. Even underscore can be used while giving the name for file. File name should not contain the spaces. That is our null character, and it should not contain the slash. The question mark wildcard, it will stands for a single character in a file, whereas the star wildcard stands for a bunch of characters in a file. That star by itself, it will stand for all the files in the working directory. That means if you are going to type a star, means all, you just have to list all the files which has been present in that directory. Where the question mark means it will stand for a single character. File may or may not have the extension. In the Unix operating system, it's not necessary that the file may have the extension or may not have the extension, because while giving the name of the files, we can use the period operator. So because of that, there is not necessary to give the extensions for the file name. But for our reference, we have to give the file extensions. The main directory of the disk is called as the root directory, and it will be represented with the symbol slash there. The path name, it will consist of directory names separated by the slash. If the path name, it will start from the slash, means it has been present in the root directory. If the path name does not start with the slash, means it is present at the working directory. Just remember one thing, if your path name, it will starts with the slash, means that file has been present in the root directory. If it is not starts with a slash, means that file has been present in your working directory there. The files may use the control characters also, or other non-printable characters in the file names. So we have to remember these all things while working with the files.